Hi guys, my name is Nitish. So in previous lecture, we learned about window functions, and window functions are categorized into two parts. Those are ranking and aggregated functions. We have covered the ranking functions. So now let's understand what are aggregated functions. So let me give you example. For this employee table, if we divide this table on the basis of city, and we want to perform operations like average, we want to perform operations like what is the average salary of people living in Delhi, what is the um, count of people who are living in Mumbai. So all these kind of operations, okay, if you want to do a sum of salary, I mean how much salary is being given to the people in the area of Mumbai or Bangalore. So for those things, we can perform the aggregation functions. Okay, so if you are familiar with the basic SQL, so in there we use a group by statement, a group by clause, and with the group by we use these set of aggregation functions like sum, average, count, max and min. Okay, so now what is the aggregated window functions, and how it is different. So aggregated window functions, obviously as the name suggests, it will be performed over the top of window. Okay, but the only difference is it is calculated across set of rows that is related to the current row. This line, if you are not getting right now, don't worry. When we will do the practical hands-on, you will understand it completely. So how these window aggregate functions are used is, they are useful in calculating the running totals, in doing the moving averages. All this stuff we will understand while we do the practical hands-on. Similar to the normal aggregated functions, here also we can use these set of operations like sum, average, count, max and min. The syntax will be same as how it is in the ranking functions, like sum over, and then we do partition and order by. Okay, so now let's go to the MySQL workbench. Okay, so as you can see, we have this sales table out here. Okay, so let me describe this sales table for you. We have salesperson. Okay, we have a date column and sales. Okay, so like this John Smith, for this particular day, he did the sales of rupees 1000. Okay, 1000 rupees sales he did on the 1st April 2023. Okay, similar other people, and John Smith then on the 2nd April. Okay, and also we have Ennis Johnson. So 3 employees are there, and how much sales they have done for the particular day, it is showing in this table. Okay. So now let's do a simple aggregation operation, that is calculating the average sales per day. Okay, irrespective of who the salesperson is. So how we do in the normal SQL is, we do a group by. Okay, we will do a group by over date, and we will calculate the average sales per day. So let me write the statement for you. Select, and suppose date, average sales from sales. These two are different. This is a column, this is a table. Group by date. Now let's run this. Okay, so for each date we have calculated the average. So 1 2 3 6 is the average for the first this is the average for 1st April. Okay, as you can see, all this thing was added, and for John Smith, Jane and Alice Johnson for first day, for 1st April, it was added, and average was calculated. So you can see it here, 1 2 3 3 is the average for 1st April. Now let's understand how it is done in Windows aggregated functions. So here we will remove the group by, as here we use the partition by. So let me select everything and do average sales. Just remember the syntax over partition by date, right? So this is the syntax. Let me run this. See, okay, so this is the difference. Okay, let me run this again. Okay, this is for the normal aggregate functions. For each date the average is calculated. Here also the average is calculated, but the result you can see on each row of the window. So suppose this is the first window, so the average is there. Okay, 1 2 3 3 1 2 3 3 1 2 3 3. Similar for the second date, the average is there, but in each row of the window, the average or the result will be displayed. So this is the difference. So now you'll ask, like, why do we use this window aggregate function? So now let me tell you. When we want to calculate the moving average, okay, moving average means you want a cumulative average. So let's suppose for the first row itself we want the average, and then the coming rows, and then the rows which are coming next to it, then the average is being calculated in a cumulative fashion. Okay, so for those use cases we use this window functions. Okay, so let me do the minor changes for it. What we will change here is we will do the order by sales here. Okay, so now let me print this. See this. So now the average has come. We have used this order by clause. So the cumulative average will be calculated in ascending order. For the first row, the average is 1000. For the two rows, when those were added and average was calculated, the average came out to be 1100. And then 1500 was added to this 1100, and then the average was calculated as this thing. Okay, so where it will be more useful is not in the sales table. I will say when we want to do this do this aggregation over the sales, that is the static data. So we can go with this thing. Okay, this will be the normal aggregation function. This will be more useful. But let's suppose we have a weather data. Okay, and every day the temperature is changing for a particular city, and we want to calculate the average. So it will be changing every day, right? So there it will be more useful, because every day, as I said, that weather will be changing. I mean, temperature will be rising or it will go down. So then it will be more useful. So there it will be more useful to use this window aggregated functions. Okay. So now let's go back to the slide. So here, what are the difference between normal aggregation and window aggregation? It will combine, normal aggregation function will combine multiple rows, all the rows. Okay, and it will display the result on the one row. However, in the window aggregation function, the same, the operation will be same, but it will display the result on each row of the window. In normal aggregation, we use a group by statement, but in window aggregation, we use a partition by. Okay, so which one will perform better? So it depends. When we have the static data and we want to do some aggregation, it is better to go with normal aggregation function. Okay, because we just need to perform the operation once. Okay, that's why it is more performant. However, when we have slightly different expectation requirement, then we can go for window aggregation function. Let's suppose we want to do the moving average. Okay, or cricket data set we want to calculate the average of players who are performing in IPL, okay, or any such tournament where the average is changing frequently. So this normal aggregation function will be more performant, as the operation is done only once. So here we can expect a little less performance than normal aggregation functions, because here the operation is performed on each row of the window. So I hope you got some clarity around the aggregation functions, the window aggregated functions, and window functions in general. If you have any doubts, you can write over the comment section. I will be happy to reply on that. So till then, take care, happy learning, and I will see you in the next video.